Expert View gives us access to all of the detailed tone shaping parameters of the pianos. Now, on the tine-based instruments, we have the fork module, which is the component that produces the sound after being excited by the hammer. And it's got two main parts, the tine and the tone bar. Here's what it sounds like with the tine all the way down. Now, the tine is the part that's struck by the hammer, and the knob controls the amplitude or volume of the tine. So you can hear a brighter sound, but we can also modulate it based on key range. As we dial this knob to the left, it'll increase the presence of the tine in the lower notes while decreasing it in the higher ones. So the lower notes have more of the tine coloration and the higher notes are cleaner. And here it'll be the opposite. We get the tine emphasized in the higher range. And in the center, it's even across the entire keyboard range. Now the decay knob adjusts how long the tine continues to sound after the key is pressed and held. And as we turn it clockwise, it increases the natural decay. But we can get more of a percussive sound counterclockwise. And we use the color knob to control the balance between low and high harmonics. As we turn it to the left, it'll emphasize the lower harmonics. Very predominant. And dialing it to the right increases the higher harmonics for a smoother sound. Here's the same starting preset. And we can use the decay and the color to get a nice percussive sound. And when the hammer hits the fork, the tone bar is the part that starts to oscillate, and this controls the amplitude of the tone bar. And we have a decay knob here, and this adjusts how long the tone bar continues to oscillate after the key is pressed and held. So this will increase the decay time, and this will shorten it. So we get a very percussive sound with low decays like that. Now the release knob controls the decay time of the fork's oscillations after the damper is applied. When the knob is completely to the left, the sound stops just after the note is released on the keyboard. And to the right, it increases the decay time. And we hear the note fading out after it's released. Now with the reed-based instruments, instead of striking a fork, the hammer hits a metal reed, causing it to vibrate. And we have the fundamental knob over here, which adjusts the amplitude of the lowest frequency, the dominant oscillation that determines the perceived pitch. So I can lower this to get a duller sound and a higher sounding reed. And we can lengthen the decay beyond the natural sustain of the notes, or we can shorten them for a more percussive effect. Now these reeds generate overtones, and the overtone knob adjusts the natural amplitude of the high frequency components of the sound. And we can track them across the key range. When I turn it left, it'll increase their presence in the lower register. And this will increase it in the higher register, giving it a nice bell-like quality. And again, we can shorten them for a more percussive, almost glockenspiel-like attack component to the sound. A little bit of that blended in with the right fundamental and decay can give a nice, beautiful, warm sustain or a more percussive sound. And as with the fork module, the release knob applies to both the fundamental and the overtone components, and it controls how quickly the oscillator is going to fade after the key is released and the damper is engaged. So it interacts with the damper amount. So that's the tine and fork module.